You are listening to Fairfield County Talk, and this is produced by Sharc Creative. I'm Lisa Wexler of the Lisa Wexler Show. I'm hosting today's special brand new podcast, Hidden Gems with Sunrise Assisted Living. So today, let's get to know you, Carol. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Your name is Carol Octeau.
That's right.
Or is it Octeau?
Octeau.
Octeau. Mm-hmm. And you're living here at Sunrise Assisted Living, right?
Yes, I am.
How long have you been here?
I got here last May.
Yeah, it's a new place.
New place.
So was it a brand new room when you got here?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, it was brand new when you got here.
It was brand new for me.
Brand new
yes,
for you,
yes.
and the place hasn't been here all that long.
No.
That's true. So, Carol, tell me a little bit about you. Where were you born?
I was born in Springfield, Vermont.
What was Springfield, Vermont like then?
Oh, very different, as you can imagine.
How old are you?
Oh.
You don't have to say, give me a decade. If you want to give me a decade, you can give me a decade.
I come from a family that never, ever told age.
Okay. So
And I
you're gonna
have
stick to
some
that?
wonderful stories about my two aunts who spent their whole lives avoiding each other's names
right.
of ages.
So it's a touchy subject a little
Yes.
bit? Okay, fair enough. So Springfield, Vermont, is that by any chance near Pulteney, Vermont?
Yes, it's not far. Pulteney's up the mountain, yeah.
That's where I spent my summers as a kid. I
Did
went to
you?
Camp Kinnickinnick
Oh, I guess.
on Lake St. Catherine.
Yes, I love it.
It was so beautiful. I still dream about it. I do.
Oh, yeah.
I still
well,
do.
I'm the still behave like the little child who wants to go back to my 5-year-old bedroom on the river. You know,
So life in Springfield, Vermont, were you there your entire growing up?
No, most of it.
Did
Yeah.
you have farm animals, and was it rural then?
It was quite rural. It was a very small Vermont town. Yeah,
And what did your parents do?
teachers,
They were teachers. So did you go to college? Mm-hmm. Where did you go?
WestCon.
You came to Connecticut. Mm-hmm. And what drew you to Connecticut in those years? Why?
Because my father's job brought me to Connecticut.
So he was teaching here? Mm-hmm. Okay. And what did you major in, and what did you do with your career?
With my career, well, I was a science major, and I eventually, she wants to join in.
Hi, Shayna. Hi, baby.
Oh,
You know what? I think Shayna needs a little bit of water. Is it possible? Can we get her a little dish of water? Thank you. Possible.
Live radio.
Yeah, that's okay. Here
she's
we
an
are.
excellent subject on the
She
radio.
is wonderful. She's so pretty. She's even better on TV, my beautiful Bijan. By the way, there's a hawk outside, right outside right now, and it was swirling around as I was parking.
We were watching it.
Were you
the other-
watching it
yeah.
too? Very
Joanne
exciting.
saw it the
It's
other
going
day.
right for prey. So tell me, Carol, you grew up in Vermont and you
Right.
decided to become a teacher. You can give her to me. I'll put her
My
on my
parents
lap.
were teachers. No, I went.
No, you did not. So tell me, you went in bio.
Science. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm a registered medical technologist.
Okay.
Worked in laboratories.
You did. Now,
Yeah.
at that time, as a woman, was that an unusual career?
No.
You were surrounded by other women?
Yes.
Okay. And
There were some men. It was not strictly a female.
and did you also get married and raise a family? Mm-hmm. Yeah? Tell me about that.
Well, I got married eventually. Well, traveled all over the country. Lived in Alabama and Oklahoma and strange places, and always working in laboratories.
So you kept your work up. Did you keep it up even as you were raising your children?
Yeah,
Well, that was pretty unusual then, Carol.
it was. It was. A lot of it was part-time, but yes, I did.
And was this something that was an issue in your family one way or another, or is your husband very supportive of this? What did it feel like to be a working woman in those days?
No, I don't really think so. It simply was. This is what needed to be done at that particular time. And so I always worked. And then I left laboratory work, having done a lot of art stuff through my growing up, and worked as a potter for many years.
You worked with your hands. Tell me, what drove you to do that? Why?
I had just always loved clay, and it was very satisfying.
Did you sell your work? Mm-hmm. That's a marvelous thing to do, to create
It
things.
is, but I was a terrible business person.
Well, you know, arts and business don't always go together.
No, it did not. And
Do
I
you
did.
do you still have a lot of the things that you created?
No, I don't.
What happened to them?
They're all given away, sold.
Do you still do pottery now?
Not much.
What's the secret to being a potter that creates beautiful things?
Oh, my gosh. Good education from a lot of skilled potters, of which there are many now, making incredibly complex and sophisticated stuff.
And what kind of things did you create? Did you do vases, dishes? What did you do?
I made a lot of nonsense.
What's nonsense?
Like, I made a lot of whistles.
Whistles? Mm-hmm. Out of clay?
Mm. And things like baby dishes with a whistling hippopotamus on the edge.
A whistling hippopotamus? That's a lot of pottery. How do you create a hippopotamus out of pottery, out of clay?
Hey, you just, these are your tools.
Your hands. Did you always have good hands?
Yeah.
Did you teach your kids how to do pottery too?
Yeah.
Did they like it?
Yes.
Yeah. It sounds like the kind of thing that you could do forever, really. In what way could you not do it? Do the hands just become a little rusty over time?
No. Yes. Well, I don't know. I really don't know how to answer that.
I mean, would you want to do it now again? Would you want to take it up again?
Yes.
Yeah. That would be a nice thing to do. We live in a community that has a lot of silver miners around here. There's a lot of places.
I've taught at Silver Mine a couple of times.
You taught at Silver Mine? That's a pretty amazing place. It's pretty intimidating, actually.
It's wonderful. Though.
It's a wonderful place. Yeah.
It is.
I know.
They have fine shows and things.
I know. When
Really
my daughter was very little, I took her once to a class at Silver Mine, but I was so intimidated. I ran into Diana Ross. Right there. I ran into Diana Ross. I'm like, Diana Ross is at Silver Mine in Norwalk? And it sort of made my heart flutter. It did. It really did. We're chatting with Carol Octeau, who was raised in Vermont and studied science and then worked as a potter. I see that you worked as an art teacher in a private school in Bedford for many years.
That's
is
correct.
that right?
Yes.
What school?
Rippewamasisqua.
Okay. And that's private school. And what age, kids did you teach?
Did I see?
Yeah.
I saw 3-year-olds through 7th grade.
And you did that for a while? Yeah. Was it satisfying being a teacher?
Yes. Yes.
It's in your genes.
Can I what?
It's in your genes. Your parents are teachers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, I like teaching, and I was very fortunate to be one of a wonderful, wonderful staff. So that was good.
So how many children do you have, Carol?
2.
2. Girls, boys?
One of each.
One of each. And are there any sort of mottos or secrets that you would want to impart about parenting? What do you think?
Good Lord, no.
No. No, huh?
No.
Did you just make it up as you went along?
I think so.
You think so? Yeah. Yeah. And as you reflect on whatever age it is that you're at, what do you think your life lessons have been that you were meant to learn?
Well, if you got about 4 to 6 hours, we could.
You can give me one or two. One or two.
I really would have to give that some great thought.
Oh, you haven't thought about it? No?
No, not really. The one thing I do, people often say, why did you do this, this, and this? And I often think when we were small, grown-ups were always saying, what are you going to do when you grow up? I'm going to be a fireman. I'm going to be a nurse. And I just sort of realized that doesn't necessarily have to be true. You can want to be, and you can change, though it is not so easy these days. For example, I have 3-year-olds who can help me on the computer.
Yes, I know. They know a lot more than we do.
So there's this huge swath.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But I think there'll always be room for working with your hands, right? Pottery is the essential. People aren't throwing pots by computer yet, right? They're not. Not yet.
Wait.
But the unique aspect of being an artist, I think, is very human.
Oh, yes. Yeah. No question.
Have you kept some friendships along the years that mean something to you?
Oh, yes.
Yeah?
Yep.
How do you stay in touch with them?
Well, many of them have recently gone, which is as we all know, a very difficult time. Keeping in touch with them, I would hope, by person to person somehow. But I do use the damn computer.
You do?
Yeah.
You got email and all that stuff?
Yeah.
You're giving me the face. You don't like it very
No.
much?
I loathe it.
You loathe it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you prefer the human voice, a telephone?
Yes. I even got a letter.
Oh, yeah. A snail mail, huh?
Yeah, that's really
That's what we call it, a snail mail.
a snail mail.
That's right. Yeah, it is awfully nice.
Yes,
and
it is.
handwriting, which is a lost art. For sure.
Yeah,
For sure. Yeah.
right.
Oh, the dish for the dog. Thank you. She seems okay right now, but I'll definitely give her some water in between. Thank you very much. So, Carol Octeau, when you're thinking about your life, do you have any goals that you wish to accomplish now in the next year or so here? Is there anything you want to do?
Yes, I would like very much to be in better shape.
Okay. You want to get more fit, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Walking.
a toughie, isn't it?
Yes.
Takes a lot of hard work.
Yes.
How do you plan to get there?
What? How, Rebecca?
You have exercise classes here?
Yes,
Do you?
a lot of them.
Do
yeah.
they? Do they have yoga here? Do you have yoga?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yoga's excellent.
I just heard she's a teacher here from 11 to 2.
Oh, you teach here?
I'm what?
Do you teach here?
Yes.
What do you teach here?
Everything.
Well, okay then. What do you know? Do you know everything too, Carol?
No, I just...
What do you teach? Tell me.
Well, we've been having a big episode of clay.
Oh, so you're teaching about clay.
Oh, yeah.
And do they throw pots here too? Do they do
No,
pottery?
they don't have any potter's wheels.
Okay. That may be that sounds like a request to me. Yes, but you're teaching people how to know about clay.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And do you have people very interested in learning about it here?
Oh, yes. Yes. There's my prime student there, right there in the black.
Yeah, I can see the nodding.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're learning from Carol, huh? Yeah.
She's learning a lot.
Well, to create pottery that would sell in a store is a whole different level than being an amateur.
Yeah.
So how many years did you work at it? How many years were you a potter?
Oh, at least, well, between part-time and full-time, probably close to 20 years.
20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you work a lot in blues? How do you get blue on the potter's wheel?
Cobalt,
So you're adding these elements.
glazes.
And did you do like heavy stoneware? Like what kind of pottery did you like to
I
create?
finally use low-fire clay.
And what does that look like when it's done as
It
a
looks-
finished product?
It probably looks pretty much the same, but it's not for very, very fine work like you will find in the Chinese and Japanese traditions.
So it's more like the rougher stoneware kind of thing?
No, rougher stoneware is high-fired clay, which is
Oh.
a different kind of clay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you ever have an accident on the potter's wheel?
You mean like falling off?
No, I mean just with your hands.
Oh, of course.
Yes?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You have to protect your hands, your eyes, all of that, right?
Oh, no. That like that? No.
No?
No, there's nothing.
It's not dangerous at all to do the potter's wheel.
No.
You can see how much I know about it. Zero. Carol, it's really a pleasure to get to know you.
Thank you.
And where do your kids live, by the way? Are they living close to you? Do they see you a lot? The daughter and the granddaughter?
The daughter and the granddaughter live in Westport.
Oh, how lucky for you. Oh, that's so great. That's so great, Carol. You get to see them a lot. Are you driving? Do you drive around? So you still have your independence. You're running around.
Yeah.
Well, Carol Octeau, it's a pleasure to get to know you.
Nice
Thank you very much. Thank you.